I told you guys before it happened that Elon was going to crash in the polling, and then it happened, right? Because again, everybody's in their bubble. So MAGA thinks the whole country is MAGA. The left wing thinks the entire country is left wing. No, the middle decides elections, and they don't think like either one of those two sides.
All right, we are back on the Young Turks channel today, everybody. Thank you for returning. Glad to have you here. And they are talking today, Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks are talking about Trump and Elon Musk, the big bromance, the wrecking ball that is Elon Musk, as he and Doge just sweep their way through the bloated government bureaucracy, the bloated federal government bureaucracy in the United States. It's amazing to watch. I would love to see it here in Belgium, where I live, that's for sure. Would love to see it at the EU, at European Union, because, well, frankly, I would just love to see European Union dismantled. But let's get into this video, and I will nip back in with my comments later.
Does he come in and say, this is what I'm working on? Does he say, here's what we're doing?
First of all, he's a great guy. He was never really a supporter, or not a supporter. He was a, sort of semi-neutral kind of a guy, not a political person, very smart, brilliant person, and which I like. I'm a big believer in IQ points. I mean, it's a good thing. And I've gotten to know him a little bit over the last couple of years. During the campaign, he liked what I said. He went to Pennsylvania. He actually campaigned right after the rocket ship went up, where he caught it coming down, which nobody saw before.
Donald Trump singing the praises of Elon Musk, the unelected individual that is essentially chopping up all sorts of government agencies as
good
if he's got all the power in the world, because it appears he does have all the power in the world. Donald Trump is complimenting him, and maybe he's returning the favor after Elon Musk put this out last week. I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. Which, to be honest with you, when I read that, what I thought was, this is the kind of thing that a member of a relationship will announce to the world because their relationship is in trouble. But who knows, maybe the relationship isn't in trouble in this case, and maybe Trump really does love IQ points and does think that Elon Musk is brilliant. But you wanna know something? According to a recent Quinnipiac University poll, most Americans do not have a favorable view of Elon Musk, even though Donald Trump's approval rating is at all-time highs. So only 39% of Americans support Elon Musk, 53% oppose.
Yeah, and that number is dropping. He used to be popular, and it's been dropping like a rock since he's going through the government with a wrecking ball. And MAGA thinks, oh yeah, they voted for the wrecking ball. No, MAGA voted for the wrecking ball, that's true, okay? But the independents that carried Donald Trump to victory didn't vote for the wrecking ball. They voted for immigration, which that they like the Trumps doing that. That's why Trump's numbers are doing okay. They voted on crime, they voted on inflation, etc. They were just looking to get back to sanity and better prices and stuff. They didn't ask you to end all of our funding for churches that are helping the poor.
Yeah, they might not have asked for that, but I'm glad that the wrecking ball's around. And if Trump is going to do a wrecking ball thing, it's good that he uses somebody else to do it, like he's doing. That's actually quite smart. Because, yeah, as Cenk Uygur rightly points out, a lot of people who voted for Trump didn't vote for the wrecking ball. But it needs to be done. It absolutely needs to be done. Why should American taxpayers be funding all sorts of insane programs around the world to the tunes of millions and millions and billions of dollars ultimately?
Poor and the needy and the sick throughout the world.
Not our problem, sorry. It's just not our problem. And you can go on Reddit, you can go on Twitter and see everyone talk about, yeah, but USAID is how the United States, deployed soft power around the world. No, I don't think so. I really don't think that's what it's about.
They didn't ask you to have hackers and Silicon Valley CEOs go into the Treasury and get unprecedented access for absolutely no reason.
To all of our data, our social security numbers, our bank accounts, all of that.
They didn't ask you to stop listening to court orders, and they're gonna hate this stuff. So for now, Elon's taking the brunt of it, because he's the one out there doing it, which for Trump is not that bad a strategy, by the way. I don't think he's doing it as a strategy. I think he's doing it because Elon gave him $290 million for his campaign. But if that strategy is going to work, at some point he has to dump Elon when he's supernova toxic, which is exactly where he's headed. And so again, it's not just our theory or our opinion, the polling backs it up. I told you guys before it happened that Elon was gonna crash in the polling, and then it happened, right? Because again, everybody's in their bubble, so MAGA thinks the whole country is MAGA, the left wing thinks the entire country is left wing. No, the middle decides elections, and they don't think like either one of those two sides. So $290 million bought him the ability to go and do this thing. But I think that Elon did that tweet, it's for a reason, because he's getting unpopular.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Because like, look, it just, you know when you're familiar with a couple and you can tell they're having issues, and like they start doing these like loud pronouncements of love for each other, it's like, oh no, they're in a lot of trouble. Like that's how it came across to me.
And you know the example I always use, when a guy walks into a room and goes, I'm not gay, you're like, okay, brother.
Does that happen?
Yeah, well, sometimes. I mean,
Does it?
no, like sometimes you'll be having a conversation and some guy will get like really emotional about you. Like, hey, God, we don't care. Nobody cares, right? So, and especially back in the old days, right? So, anyways, Trump did it when in his first term, when he's like, you know, I'm known for two things. One is being a very stable genius, and the other one is I'm renowned for my mental stability. Why do you have to tell people that you're mentally stable? Unless you're not mentally stable. That's not a thing you gotta brag about. Anyways, back to this.
I think Cenk is reaching there a bit.
When a guy goes, I really love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. That means, hey Donald, remember I love you, I'm flattering you, don't listen to the people sniping at me. Because it's not just that he's polling has gone south. Remember, Steve Bannon's been sniping the whole time. And Steve Bannon wants to take Elon Musk out. So there are people whispering in Trump's ear. And if you remember, Elon Musk was on the cover of Time magazine, that just happened.
Oh yeah.
And they had him sitting at the president's desk, at the Resolute desk in the Oval Office. And so they asked Trump about it, and Trump laughed it off and said, oh, I thought Time was out of business. Of course, a little while ago, he was bragging about how he was the man of the year for Time. Anyways, the bottom line is, Elon is clearly worried that it's getting under Trump's skin. So that's why he did that. And then so that forces Trump to go, well, I like, there's no problems. I like high IQ points. Anyone who says I'm a big believer in IQ.
Oops, what's going on here, people?
Does he come in and say, this is what I'm...
Sorry about that.
Absolutely no reason.
To all of our data, our social.
It's just
because
restart. Excuse me.
They start doing these like loud pronouncements of love across.
Yeah. I mean, emotional about you, like
We're almost there.
In his first term, when he's like,
thank you for sticking around.
I'm known for two things. Why do you have to tell people that you're mentally stable? Unless you're not mentally stable. That's not a thing you gotta brag about. Anyways, back to this. When a guy goes, I really love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. That means, hey Donald, remember I love you, I'm flattering you, don't listen to the people sniping at me. Because it's not just that he's polling has gone south. Remember, Steve Bannon's been sniping the whole time. And Steve Bannon wants to take Elon Musk out. So there are people whispering in Trump's ear. And if you remember, Elon Musk was on the cover of Time magazine, that just happened.
Oh yeah.
And they had him sitting at the president's desk, at the Resolute desk in the Oval Office. And so they asked Trump about it, and Trump laughed it off and said, oh, I thought Time was out of business. Of course, a little while ago, he was bragging about how he was the man of the year for Time. Anyways, the bottom line is, Elon is clearly worried that it's getting under Trump's skin. So that's why he did that. And then so that forces Trump to go, well, I like, there's no problems. I like high IQ points. Anyone who says I'm a big believer in IQ points usually needs some. Okay.
That's just so dumb. What a dumb take, Cenk. What's with all this reaching and gossiping here? Say something substantive, for God's sake.
So, anyways, so on that point, I'm now starting to hear it a lot in right-wing media. No, it's okay. You can trust Elon because he's really smart. Well, Bill Gates is really smart. Should we put him in charge of the Treasury and let him have access to everything? No, 5G, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but you said really smart is the standard. George Soros is super smart, one of the best investors in world history. Should we put him in charge of the Treasury?
I would, yeah, I would like a government for the people and by the people. Okay, enough with these billionaires, enough with the corruption. They don't have our best interests in mind. They don't give a damn about ordinary working class people. They see the government as an entity specifically there to serve them. Okay, that's what they see. And so unless everyone, every ordinary American, regardless of their political persuasion, wakes up and realizes that, we are, okay? There are no billionaires on the left or the right who are donating all this money out of the kindness of their own hearts because they're looking out for us. They're looking out for themselves.
Well, good point there from Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks. I agree 100%. That's why I don't call myself a Democrat, of course not, or a Republican, definitely not. They are the donor class, the elites. They do not give a damn about the ordinary people. There's going to have to be a lot more sweeping changes across the federal government in the United States and in Europe too. This is going to have to happen at some point. Before, you know, the donor class, the billionaires, they are going to have to feel some pain at some point, no doubt about it. Things have got to change. I don't think we're there yet, but who knows what's going to happen over the next 4 years. Or maybe the billionaires will get even more powerful and stronger. Maybe they'll put us in a panopticon. Who knows? It's interesting times all around, and you know what they say about interesting times. So let me know what you think in the comments as usual. And if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.